Good morning, guys. What's going on? Coin Fights, good morning. Locked and loaded for a great Friday. Absolutely. Going to be a good one today. Time to end the week on a great green note. Guys, for those of you new in here, we got our gap up watch list, gap down watch list, market summary today. What's going on? A little bit of a push in the pre-market here, in the overall market. Bear scan watch list. These are some of my favorite stocks to be looking at on the bear scan watch list. Overbought conditions. So what's going on this morning? We got a few to be looking at. It's a little light this morning. There's a lot of volume kind of dispersed across the board pretty evenly. If you guys look at the gap up watch list, you will notice the leading gapper here, MESO. We got a float of 80 million. 1.8 million shares traded. A lot going on here with MESO. MESO closed yesterday around $6.50. Right now sitting at about $14. What happened with MESO? They cured the coronavirus. As they all do. Every company's trying to push out news on the coronavirus right now. MESO, they came out with a PR. Let's go ahead and take the fundamentals. We always look at the fundamentals, technicals, and the trader analysis. So if we take a look at MESO, they came out with a few key points. They said 83% survival in ventilator-dependent COVID-19 patients. 75% have successfully come off ventilator support. And these results contrast with only 9% of ventilator-dependent COVID-19 patients. This compassionate use treatment experience has informed the design of the clinical protocol for the randomized placebo-controlled phase 2-3 trial of their drug. So, MESO, a lot of people coming in, buying the hype on up. $6.50 up to $14.15 at the moment. Got a little bit of a bear flag going on here in pre-market. Just like that, guys. Got our upper trend line right there. So a little bit of a bear flag going on pre-market. We'll see what's going to happen here in this little trend line right now, this flag right now. Upper trend line, bottom trend line. It's respecting those levels. We'll see if it breaks on up through it or continues to decline. What else is going on this morning? We got a few stocks that are COVID related as well. We got MDGS. This one's kind of in the penny stock world. For those of you who love to trade the low float penny stocks, that one's highlighted blue on our gap up watch list, meaning what? It's the low float penny stock. 4 million shares in their float. That's going to be all. So MDGS, this one is sitting right around the support of the channel that it's in pre-market this morning. Pulling this one on up. Here's the channel that we're seeing in pre-market. 150 up to 310. Several upper shadows here. You guys see that, meaning a lot of selling pressure. This one kind of fell. It's been hovering around 240. This area here. If we look left of the chart, and we always look left of the chart, that's taking a look at the past chart history. What are we seeing? Well, we're seeing something similar that we kind of saw yesterday with what? CPAH, and what we saw similar with SAEX, and what we saw similar with WATT. A lot of ice picks. So this week we've been seeing a lot of pressure as far as these type of stocks go. MDGS with 4 million float and some of these other low floaters. We take a look at the past chart history and we see a lot of selling pressure, a lot of upper wicks. And I don't know that it's going to be a different story here on MDGS. It's been kind of consistent all throughout the week. Sometimes these levels serve as gravitational pulls. So we have 350. Down here, we already marked it. $350 is serving as tough resistance across the board. Taking a look at this history here. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. A lot. $350. So MDGS, if it does get a push up to that $350 level, it's got to break pre-market highs of $3. And $350 is going to be really tough. Taking a look at that history. Very, very tough there. What else are we looking at this morning? That's for you low float penny stockers. CHK is really interesting. Did you guys see that one yesterday? Did you see that one coin yesterday? One second, guys. I'll be right back. CHK is a very funny story to look at. It's almost like a movie. CHK, this one, I'll pull up the daily for you guys. You guys saw this one ramp up from 22 bucks all the way up to $32 yesterday. Now, what was this at a few weeks ago? This stock was in the pennies. If you're in the pennies and you're on the NASDAQ, you're going to get delisted. You cannot stay under $1 for 6 months consecutively, or you're going to get delisted to pink sheets, OTC. So, what's happening here with CHK? It was in the pennies, and then, oh, coin, nice. 26 to 28. Awesome job, dude. Yeah. So they did a 1 for 200 reverse split. Actually, there was a lot of controversy about if they were going to do it or not, and they ended up doing it. And obviously, Coin and I know, for some of you that don't know, reverse stock splits, they're not a good sign as far as the financials of the company. They're needing to raise money, capital for, employees or what have you. But the crazy thing is, I was just going over their PRs recently just to see what's going on. So they did for the reverse stock split 1 for 200, and then they suspended quarterly dividends, and then they laid off 200 workers, and their stock is not doing too bad right now after the reverse stock split. So oftentimes it's just crazy, guys. These stocks are funny. I told you guys yesterday that Coin and I have seen this happen all the time. BPTH, DRYS, who knows? Maybe CHK. It's always the worst news out there that drives these stocks up. And why is that? Well, I tried to pull up CHK's financials, and a lot of it is not available. But I'm pretty confident in saying that their short interest is probably pretty high up there. So there was probably a lot of shorts in this, and we're seeing a little bit of a squeeze here. So not the best news. It is an energy oil company, so yeah, they don't last long. Coin absolutely. I want to see where you got into this at 26 to 28. Okay, so you rode this right here. Nice. It was pretty thin too. I mean, not the most volume here. Pretty big spread on it too, right? But the guys I was trading with, we were watching this for a short up in here as it was pushing on up to 32, but there were no shorts available at any of the brokers, really. Interactive, Centerpoint, I didn't have them at CMEG. So, because the short interest is probably 100%, all the shorts are already taken. All right, guys, so that's MESO, MDGS, CHK. There's a short I like today, but I don't have shorts for hardly. I mean, usually CMEG's really good for shorts. I probably have the locates, but I don't know if I want to locate. There'll be something that pops up today that's pretty good. SAVA, I like this one for a short if you have them. SAVA, this one had a nice climb yesterday, 580. Closed at about 730, sitting at 708 right now. I do like this. You guys know I go over this quite a bit. It's one of my favorite setups. We have a really strong day, and then a lot of buyers coming in, ramping at the close. And then they're underwater here, and they're going to be selling when the market opens usually. And taking a look at his history here on SAVA, anytime it has a day similar to this, it has a red day, following that. So big green day, red day, big green day, red day, all throughout its history here. So SAVA, I would like that. We'll see what happens. I don't think I'm going to locate, but there'll be something else that pops on up. Coin, I saw the spreads getting wide, so I wait until they tightened up, and then nice. Good job there, Coin. Killing it. All right, so guys, Fridays usually, these are the days where we got to wait and let the dust settle. One of the worst feelings as a trader is ending your week on a bad note. So definitely waiting for, the good opportunities to come up. Coin said TVEVA might be a good short today as well. Yeah, nice little climb there yesterday. Some good opportunity there for you guys if you want to take a look at that. IMMU, Eric. IMMU had a big red day yesterday. $29. It opened at $26. It closed. And that one is really overbought, about 75 RSI. So not a bad one there at all. Good opportunity, good range. Opportunity is what we look for, guys. Every single stock. That's how traders make money. They don't make money off their time. It's all on the opportunity. PSTI, this is one that has some action here in pre-market as well. PSTI, a little bit of a flag here in pre-market. Not a bad flag here. Had a little ramp to the close yesterday. Gapping up here, pre-market. It's sitting right around this trend line I had drawn. Taking a look at its history. Got pretty solid support resistance here. Around that 1218. Which is trying to hold it as support right now. But we'll see if that breaks through and then turns back into resistance. Looking a little heavy here. You guys see this upper wick here. See what happens there on PSTI. But, today's just going to be a reaction type of day for me. I'm not trying to predict anything, what's going to happen. Just seeing where the volume is and keeping an eye on those and reacting, based off of that. I've had enough prediction in my past. It's not fun. Because when you predict, your ego kind of precedes the price action. I comes before what is. What is happening is more important than what we think is going to happen. But that's where the volume is. Several COVID plays today, guys. MESO, still respecting that trend line that we went over here in pre-market this morning. We can extend these to the right. Still respecting that trend line right now. So this is oftentimes, this is a cool little note for you guys who are newer traders. Oftentimes in these kind of bearish flags, although the stock overall may be bullish, this happens when these stocks get overbought. This is kind of a somewhat, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but a lot of times these trap bulls. So we look at this and traders will see, oh, wow, this is uptrending. This looks great. Look at the higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. But it's in a bearish context. And so oftentimes they'll break up and have a false breakout, trapping longs up in that. But we'll see what's going to happen. MESO could be the supernova play as well. We got MESO, we got CHK. It would not surprise me at all if CHK had continuation. Knowing how awful their PRs have been recently, wouldn't surprise me at all. On day trader, Kevin, where's a good place to place support and resistance before the market opens, Eric? So I don't trade pre-market at all anymore. It's a rule I have, but I do draw my trend lines, just to see if the stock is respecting those levels. So you just want to go based on, like we'll pull up, for instance, the one we were just looking at, MESO. So you can kind of just visualize it without these trend lines drawn. Like, let me remove this one real quick. You can visualize the trend line before even drawing it. I just kind of draw it as a it's just a visual representation of what I was seeing, imaginary kind of. So yeah, I mean, when you're pretty much the daily chart is where I get most of my support and resistance. Looking at this daily way back here, it's pretty clear cut where support and resistance is. So you can draw these lines way back here too. Look at that. It cracks it, and then the stock goes bearish. Very bearish. Looking at all these upper shadows right in this area, we know that, 620, 630s is resistance. So you just kind of see it, and you'll get used to it the more you do it. MESO right now is trying to break that upper trend line. So let's pull that one back up. MESO, this one's getting above this upper trend line. I'm never going to buy these stocks as they break out above resistance. I've learned my lessons there as buying breakouts, because oftentimes they turn into fake out breakouts, and the RR, risk reward's not that great. Most of the time I'm going to be buying off of support. That way I'm getting in right at my risk area. So to keep my risk small. So let's say you get in right here at this break above the trend line at 1475, 1480. And your risk is below this trend line down here at 1420. That increases your risk tremendously. I mean, that almost makes this 1-for-1, because this breaking out here, you're going to have resistance up here in the 1550s and 60s where it was hitting, in pre-market before. So you got 60-cent risk, 60-cent reward. Not the greatest, but very light on volume, and that's when manipulation can take place very, very easily, when stocks are very light on volume. But that's a good question, Eric. I mean, it's something that's going to come to you over time. It'll make a lot more sense for you. Yeah, coin. I like that analogy. The air gap fail is absolutely true. I mean, you need some big boys coming into that to break it. I mean, I wish I had a couple more examples for you, Eric. I probably do. We could pull some up. MDGS? Let's see what's happening there. So MDGS, this one we drew some trend lines as well out. And this one we could visualize pretty good too. $3 is always going to be, like, whole numbers are always resistance, Eric. And that's why I had a tough time here at $3. You see this upper shadow hit 310, fell back down. So those areas are always serving as those natural just areas of resistance. And why is that? It's because most people, it's much easier on when they're making orders to just put in an order for 3, put in an order for 2, put in an order for 250, put in an order for 350. Those areas are easy to put in, so more people are putting in, their sell orders around those areas. Just $3, sell right there. And because of that, the psychology of that makes those areas resistance and support areas. And so because of that, you just got to be mindful of those areas. All the whole dollars are always serving as resistance and support because of the psychology of that. But guys, 9:20, we're going to be wrapping up the live stream. Not a lot going on this morning. Any questions before we wrap it up? I mean, you guys see on the gap up watch list, we went over the top plays, so you guys are well aware and equipped for what's going to be happening for today. We got MESO, MDGS, and CHK, our leading gappers. That's where the volume is. I'm probably not going to trade any of those. I will be trading, so probably something that just pops on up, 10 or 15 minutes into the day. I'm going to be taking it easy, so likely I want to end the week on a good, strong note, so I'm going to take it kind of easy. And I say that, and I'll probably end up trading like 10 stocks. CoinFox, hey, you mentioned that you're in a chat. Yeah, I am in a chat room. It's the intensity. I know you do, Coin. You've been around for a while. So the one I'm in is been in here with for a while now, over a year. It's with guys who have been trading full time for a long time. And they keep it closed off because they make plenty of money trading. They don't, want to have a lot of noise in the chat room. But here and there, I do. He will tell me I can invite someone, and he does charge for that. But go ahead and email me. I'll talk to him and see what we can do. All right, guys. 8 minutes till the market opens on up. Any questions? Nothing else really popping on off. I mean, a few ones. MDGS is pulling up a little bit. It's respecting support. 260. 350, like I said, is tough resistance. May gravitate towards those areas. May break out, past these pre-market highs. We'll see what's going to happen there. CoinFox, got to run. Good to see you in here this morning, man. Take it easy. Traders, about 6-7 minutes till the market opens on up. That's going to wrap up our pre-market stream this morning. Pretty much there's 3-4 stocks that have the volume, so I'm going to be waiting to see what pops on up, throughout the day on the intensity scanners and take it from there. All right, guys, we're going to see you Monday morning. Thank you for being a part of the team. Love you guys. Take it easy. Have a great weekend. Predefine that risk. You guys will be good to go.